You are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact, and more revenue in your business. Tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Christine Campbell-Rappin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers that convert consistently. We'll see you all on the inside. This one is for everybody out there who is struggling to attract enough clients. That means they have capacity. And I'm coming at you with a really controversial moment right now. I'm going to be really disruptive out of the gate. If you are thinking that the answer to your sales problem is marketing, you are way in left field, and it's not the problem that you should be solving. In order to create more clients, you need to address the elephant in the room, which is sales. You have a broken sales problem if you do not have enough clients. And we need to fix the sales problem first. Otherwise, marketing is simply the equivalent of lipstick on a pig. Looks great, beautiful red lipstick, but useless because you're talking to somebody, you don't know who they are, you don't know where to find them, and you're literally throwing resources at the wall and solving the wrong problem. You have the cart before the horse. So today we're going to take you through the sales side. And the reason why so many people struggle because they're trying to solve a marketing problem is marketing people in general are not great about the sales side. You need somebody, me specifically, who has the great ability to connect marketing and sales with ops so that you create an engine that fires consistently. And so first off, let's start with the end in mind, which is sales success. Your goal in business is to serve clients and exchange money, ideally profitably, if you want to be here a while. And that is the key to it all. It's the heartbeat of your business. So you may have heard me say this before, but sales is the lifeblood of your business. And it is the oxygen that fuels everything. If you don't have money coming in, you cannot afford to hemorrhage money coming out. And so people often say, well, we need to spend money on marketing. I said, well, first we have to know what we're selling, because truthfully, if you don't, you're going to have a broken engine. And this is something that I see all the time. People really don't want to be in a sales conversation. They don't want to do the pieces of the pipeline. They don't want to be in the world of selling, but wake the frick up. Seriously. Business is selling, and you can never advocate selling. You may hire extra people in your business to support selling, but it is every single person's responsibility in the business to be selling because your whole lifeblood depends on it. And so let's take it through. I'm going to take you through 7 things today that will help you make more sales by understanding if you want more clients, you have a broken sales problem, let's fix it. And then we accelerate it with the right marketing around it. So the first piece of the puzzle is to recognize you have to start with the end in mind. Business is math. And I've had this conversation here on Amplify Your Marketing Message before. So if you haven't watched the episode, which is about business math, go find it on your favorite platform and watch it, because you need to know your numbers. Every business has an economic blueprint. Revenue is determined by how many clients you're serving, at what average price, at what conversion rate, to how many offers you're making. Every business has that. I don't care whether you're a solopreneur or you're a big company, one of the largest on the planet. This is the foundation of business math. So you need to know. If you have a goal of creating $500,000 in revenue and your average price point is $10,000, you need to know how many clients that equals in any given period and how many offers you make to get to that many yeses. So the first thing I want you to do is think about what is your business math. And I will tell you, very commonly, people come into my business and they're like, I don't know my business math. I just kind of hope I'm going to get there. And I have a million offers and I don't know what's really happening. And truthfully, I get scared around the business math. And if that's you, the best answer to that is not to struggle on your own because you cannot ignore this. Do not put your head in the sand like an ostrich because you need this to be a successful business owner. And so first piece of the puzzle, start with the end in mind. What is your business math? These are personal choices. You get to decide, are you in the game of high ticket, which is looking for 5 to 30 clients a year for high ticket, several $1,000 offers? Or are you playing a game of volume? A game of volume is that thousands of clients at low dollars per product or service sold. And those are choices. And of course, there's a spectrum of that. But this is the first fundamental choice you make. How do I want to play? It's the first piece of strategy. Beyond who are you and what do you stand for, is how do you want to play? So you should be thinking, how do you want to play? And if you are yet not aware of your business math, this is the first homework piece. You need to get out the pens and paper, calculator if needed, and figure out your business math. Figure it out because truthfully, if you don't have a plan, you don't know what you're shooting for, you are planning to fail. And that's why so many people in business struggle in the first few years of business because they start with a tactic, they start with execution, they start running, and then they go, frick, I have no plan. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know how many clients I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know where to find them. And it spirals. So if you're in a spiral, let me disrupt you. You've got to get the business math right. Those are personal choices you're making. And once you've made them, it is about then going into the second piece of the puzzle, which is you need a lead generation process in place that creates the audience of buyers. Okay, and you need to know how many buyers you need, how many audiences that happens. And there are some industry statistics that can help you for sure. But you need to have a plan because your business will be built on strangers. You must always understand that you need to get in front of more people, more ways, more often, because truthfully, you always need fresh audiences of potential buyers. And the volume of which you need them is determining whether you're going low ticket or high ticket or how much revenue you want to create. And none of that matters to me personally. I'm asking you what you want, and I'm going to help you get there. So you have to have a system. A system is a framework for decision-making that knows when to say yes, what to say no to, and you're monitoring the business math around it, which means you have to have dashboards. And I know one of the biggest shifts in my business in the last couple of years is I have always treated my business like a business because I grew up in the land of business and I was expected to have budgets. I had performance reviews. I had expense lines, and I was tracked to the dollar on revenue. And I've always done that in the world of corporate. And then someone said to me, how much do you do that in your business today? And I thought, holy crap, not enough. And I shifted. And I moved much more disciplined into the business math and much more into tracking what strategies were working to bring in the volume I needed and assessing the quality of that lead generation system. Because here's the also simple truth. If your lead gen strategy, whatever tactic, I don't care you're using, could be SEO, could be speaking, could be networking, I don't care. Pick your tactic that you want to show up and deliver. If it is not leading to qualified leads, the right people that you want to work with that have money, capacity, and interest in your current offering, is broken. Okay, let me say that again, because you're going to go, oh, that really felt like a dagger. It's broken if it's not creating qualified leads, because you need a successful lead gen in place with plenty of opportunities to have appointments, messages, qualified conversations so that you are in front of the right people, of course, to lead to an offer. So the third component I want to talk about is that there is an offer that you are structuring your business around. And a lot of people think of this terrible stereotype of selling, which is about gain on one side and not on the other. And truthfully, I think it's so funny that we all fear that because it's not actually observed very often. Being in business and being a business owner is all about service. It's a choice that says we have a way to solve something for somebody who has a need for a problem to be solved. So you want to get your head around that you must be making offers, and it is exciting because you're in service of somebody who needs it, which means you need to show up because somebody is seeking and I want you found. So you are there focusing on service, which means doing the right thing for the customer. When you have the right product and service, it's leading the offer and it's standing behind the integrity of what you promised. So number 3 is all about service, and service is selling. You should be serving a lot, which means selling a lot. And you should be doing that with a great lead gen system, and you should know your business math and take course corrections soon so that you don't hemorrhage resources with no results. The 4th piece of the puzzle is you need selling skills. Everybody in your organization needs selling skills. And that is not just the theory of selling, but the nuts and bolts of moving, influencing, and creating decisions with another party or parties, depending on your business. So selling skills are not optional. And so many businesses I see spend so much time thinking the marketing comes first and sales is the last thing you're investing in and is the reason why you're hemorrhaging money. Invest in great selling skills. And I have tell you, I've spent my career in the world of sales. I've made, I said, $1 billion, if you know the story, for clients, more than 400 of them. I am still every several years, usually every 2, I am invested in an additional sales training specific investment. I have a coach who has selling monthly calls so that we keep very focused on honing our skills, because we must constantly not do what we know, but execute and win. And win to me is expansion. So if you have never taken selling skills, or you think selling is somebody else's responsibility in your organization, not today. Today, I want to shift that thinking. Selling skills must be an investment in your bottom line. It is an investment that you should have in your budget, and you should be committed at saying, this is the most important thing I do every year, every 2 years, because you have to polish those skills. Because truthfully, we get lazy. We stop doing what works and things come off. The wheels come off the bus. So that's number 4. Number 5 is that you need to recognize that no's are part of the game. Doesn't mean they don't suck. I'm not Pollyanna. I'm not saying that there's rainbows and unicorns, but you need to know that no's are part of the game. And some people have the philosophy that you should hunt for no's. I don't particularly believe that, but I also know that no's are part of the game. So that means that when I make an offer, I am not tied to the outcome. I make the offer because I firmly believe it is in your best interest to work with me to get that result. I am certain that I am showing up to make the offer. Whether you as the client, potential buyer, say yes in the moment, or yes, maybe later, or yes, today, or no, never, I'm not tied to the outcome. And so when you are in a place where the capacity is high, and you need a lot of clients, we can start to get desperate for the sale. And we start to make offers to undesirable clients. Those are choices. Okay, you need to hear that. Those are choices. I want you to shift to the choice that says, I'm not tied to the outcome, but I am aware that I won't always get yes. So what is my responsibility is to get into more activity. There's a couple of different ways in the activity that you can get into this to solve the problem more quickly. But no is part of the game. And when somebody says no, it's often not a definitive answer. It means a not yet. And your responsibility is to keep nurturing, adding value, and remaking or asking for new opportunities to engage and to make offers if you firmly believe that you're serving this person to guide them to the result. Beware of your desperate energy, and beware that rather than being hopeful, like a wing on a prayer that this person's going to say yes, you're saying they can say yes or no, and I'm okay with both, but I know today I will make an activity, because your number one responsibility in business is sales enablement. It's the lifeblood of your business. So start the oxygen and get into the activity, understanding the business math. See how it's all coming together? Like, this is so clear in terms of ROI. The next piece of the puzzle, number 6, is that it goes without saying, but this is certainly not what I'm observing, so I'm going to state it so that we can raise the standard, is you have to have a great offer. And what it means to have a great offer is that it addresses your specific buyer's pain, challenge, needs, desires, all of that. And it gives them the outcome they want. So a great offer has to be result driven for a very specific person at a very specific place and time. And that's why you've heard me say it before, but I always think of buyers are on a continuum. It's like a linear path of progress. And your decision as a business owner is to decide where on that continuum you interrupt them, where you start to serve them, where you start to communicate them, and where you're moving them to. But results first, value creation that serves the other side. And sometimes I think the biggest challenge for business owners is that you don't see the other side because you get into your own spin and your own needs, and you forget that the responsibility is service to a two-sided coin. And that's why, as a mentor, my biggest responsibility is to advocate for your next buyer, is to bring the perspective of what do they want, what's the pain, what's the challenge, what's the desire, what's the need, what do I need to hear, feel, experience, and see that I will say, yes, you're the person I want to hire to get the outcome I said was non-negotiable. And I'm also helping, of course, all along the way as your mentor for you to go and get clear. Why are you the must hire? And are you focused on the activity? Because once you lay this foundation and you have a pipeline, you have the numbers, you have a lead gen system, you're clear on the service, you have the selling skills, you're not attached to the outcome, but you are focused on activity, and you have a great offer, this gets really clear. You lead to marketing next, which means you need to talk to the right people. But notice how this is much later in the conversation. You then need to figure out who are the right people, where to find them, what to say, how to move them, and you need to lead them into action by inviting them to move. But without a clear focus on sales, marketing is equivalent of lipstick on a pig, pretty and useless. I want you to have a business that is rock solid, which is why I work with clients on the 3 non-negotiable foundations every business needs. Who's the buyer? How will we move them? And how do we create value? Today is that last piece of the puzzle, which is actually the heartbeat of everything. How do we create value? Because remember, the only time money moves hands is when the result is more desired than the investment level you are offering. And you've got to create a system. You've got to create an engine. And you've got to recognize this piece of selling and marketing and business in general is that your job is not to innovate every nanosecond. It's to build a foundation that provides 80% stability. And then you can add pops of cash, extra things. But business is boring. You create a system, you get really dialed in, and you run the play. You run the play. You have a sales process. You have a clear offer. You get known in the marketplace for the result, and you just use this framework, this discipline to create stability. So if you want to be in business in the next 12 months and you want to be here 5 years from now, how the heck is your sales, my friends? Chances are, if you right now have capacity, you do not have a marketing problem. Disruptive here. You don't have a marketing problem. You have a sales problem. And if you can't start with the end in mind, everything else becomes like a house of cards that is unstable. So let's stabilize the house. One of the biggest things that I help with my clients is getting really clear, what are we offering? A lot of people will say, I come to you for marketing. I said, yes, you do. But the reason we're going to come work with me is because we have to get the offer right, and then we'll accelerate it. So I invite you to come and have a conversation with me. If this one is hitting close to home and you're thinking, I really thought I had a marketing problem, but wow, listening to you, I actually do have a sales problem, then you need somebody who can connect the dots between marketing and sales. And that's rare. That's why I'm an exceptional mentor. So I invite you, come find me, ChristineCampbellRappin.com, and go light it up. Get clear on the sales side. Go make more sales, create more ripples, make more impact. It's go time, my friends. I will see you on the inside. Come connect me, ChristineCampbellRappin.com. Let's fire up that engine. I'll see you there. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell-Rappin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit ChristineCampbellRappin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master your marketing message. We'll see you all on our next episode.